Midseason is 2 weeks. I think so, right? A month and a half. Whatever. Let's talk about things that I personally, just me, want to happen. Okay, first, buffs and nerfs. There are a lot of broken weapons in this game, or specials, or whatever, that I think need fixed, and some like really underpowered ones that could use some buffs. First one, if we know meta right now, it's cooler. It's broken ever since that buff and like, what was that, sizzle or drizzle, I don't remember. But like if you're playing casually, if your opponent has cooler on the team and you don't, you're gonna lose. You have to play like twice as good to even get a kill on some of them. Few of the buffs that got cooler up to where it is now is negating the thing where Respawn Punisher negates the special saver effect. That was the main one. The radius was also increased when you could get the soda, and how far you could throw it was increased. So I think we should nerf the radius so you can get the soda, make it smaller so you actually have to get close to it, because sometimes you can be like 5 feet away and still get the soda. And that might be a little exaggeration, but nerf how long the cooler lasts, because if you do throw the cooler, even if the 10-second respawn, it still lasts for like 2 or 3 more seconds. You can start building up another one. Coolers are easy-ish to spam with edit and pencil, so I think we should nerf how long the cooler lasts, so it at least matches how long the whatever it is called is. And nerf how far you can throw it, because you can throw it freaking far. So we should have it so people actually have to get near you to get the cooler. So they have to come back to you if you're playing backline pencil or edit. Otherwise, if you're pencil, you should chuck it at them in mid. Okay. Now the next one, Zuka. I know that the Zuka got buffed. It's not completely broken anymore. But I do think the range, just a small nerf, the range you could shoot people, you can shoot like across whole maps. Next is 52. I mean, I know this is never gonna get nerfed because it's a shooter, and shooters don't get that big of a nerf. It's really hard to face, especially K52 and Splatoon 2. So I think we should nerf its range and nerf damage to 48. And I know it's the 52 gal because it's 52 damage per hit. Being able to 2-shot and having a good fire rate and range is just not fair. We should at least increase that to 3-shot. Splash can spam crabs, and that needs fixed. Crab is like the best offensive special in the game, or defensive, depends on how you want to use it. So I think it should have 210 points per special. Splash is not as good as it was back in the triple Splash days and like Chill season and fresh season, but still kind of good. Now moving on to buffs. Undercover, in my Chill season video, I did say that I thought Reflux Deco was the worst weapon in the game. I kind of going back on that because the main weapon is actually good. Vanilla Undercover, I don't know what they were thinking, giving it a bad main and a bad kit. I think these 3 buffs will at least put it in maybe C tier, and Undercover Sorella maybe in B tier. Buff damage to 45 because it can, well, right now having the damage at 40, you have to get combo off of your canopy. Yes, that's the word I was searching for. And the damage needs to be higher so you get combo off of other things too. So yes, we definitely need the damage up to 45. I don't know if this is needed, but I think it's probably necessary. Increasing the canopy's HP or shield, whatever you want to call it. I do think that is going to help this a lot because you could easily get broke. I think if you get hit by a charger, it breaks the canopy. It does like half damage to you, which is obviously not good. So I think it should at least not have as much HP as a Splatbrella has, but like more than it has now. And I think we should increase its fire rate because Even though it's supposed to be faster, bro, with its damage it has right now, it has I think a too low of a fire rate, so we should increase that by just a little bit, Next Vibroa, I think we just need to increase its range, because if they're not like right up to you, you only end up doing like 17 damage, and it's really pitiful. S-Blast, so S-Blast doesn't need this. It's a good weapon. I rated 91 S tier. I think I might be bringing back to A tier, because using it recently, especially the fast blaster challenge, I feel like this jump shot, it shoots like right in front of you, and you're gonna want to be able to use that. It's a good weapon. It's a good tool to have. Which the problem is that you can't kill people right in front of you, and you're a relatively slow weapon, so you can get killed by a shooter very easily. So I think they increase this area in which it can one-hit KO while using the jump shot. So, where normally, the shot itself is not going to be any bigger, just if they're like, say, like a little bit farther ahead of you than you would be, they would be normally, it would OHKO. Big Swing, I feel like Big Swing is just turf only and special spam. So I do think that it should at least get some offensive power. Buff the horizontal damage, because it's a huge hitbox, but it's like 50 damage. And you're relatively fast, but if you're fast enough weapon, you could probably roll away or something like that. And then ink efficiency, it uses so much ink. So I do think that you need ink efficiency buff because its main strength is painting anyway, and ink efficiency can do that. Last nerf is V-Shot. I think V-Shot is broken, and people are gonna get mad at me for this, but I do think if we get this nerf for Zuka, and if we get this nerf with decreasing in range, then we can actually get like an actual balanced weapon. Maybe it'll actually be good. Now, just map rework is the only second thing we'll be talking about today. I know we're probably only gonna get one rework, but if I had to choose between two maps to get a rework, I would say first one is Eagle Tail Alley. This is gonna make a leader players mad because they like it being long, but I think it should be slightly wider. Maybe if it's just increasing it by like a few feet, but I do think you should have another route on the other side. So like you don't have like a route on the right, say, and so you don't have to do that. And the bridge is kind of broken if you're using a rollers, because if you're under the bridge, you can just like rain ink down on them. So I think there should be a way if you could jump onto the bridge, so make like a block the ink inside and jump onto the bridge, kind of like how, I forget which Splatfest it'll look. One of the Splatfests had Ito Tricolor, where there was a bunch of places where you could jump onto the bridge where there was a signal. So yeah, I do think it would be good to add blocks you could jump to the bridge. And I don't know if many people know about this, but there's this weird place that you can super jump off the spot. There's just a grate up top there. How about we turn that to actual route, so it leads to the bridge, so it'll be a faster way you can shoot down and paint the baits out of the island. That kind of sounds like a stupid idea, but some people might like it, like me. And then the second one would be Flounder. Now Flounder's not a bad, don't get me wrong, Flounder's not a bad map, I kind of like it, but in Splatoon 1 it was way better, so I think we should re-add the right path from S1. Like there's like this little flank and it leads you to the right side of the map where you can jump onto these grates and then climb up, which is really nice because there's also the main spawn path from the other base leads there, so you can pop up and then you could fight or ambush them. Add grates to the wall and mid, so you can jump off the mid path to them. And like, okay, this is a relatively short video, so goodbye. Thanks for watching. Next vid comes out in a week or more. I don't know really when it will be. Bye.